Want to know what leadership and initiator changes are coming to you this July? Well, in today's video, we are going to be talking all about this upcoming Cardinal Grand Cross and how it will test your desires to achieve and accomplish. Hey there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western practical astrologer. Now, before we do dive into today's video, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and click the bell. And if you are interested in booking a reading with me, if you're interested in any of my services, then you can visit my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find my Practical Astrology eBooks guide and merch. All the links will be in the description box down below. I do hope that you find this video to be helpful today. Let's do this. Okay, so before we do get into this, I just want to say that I'm going to be going live with Pernell Bobby again. Yes, I'm so excited to be going live with Pernell again. We're going to be talking all about this Cardinal Grand Cross and also looking at the nodes shift into Aries and Libra. So that will be in a few weeks, so I will keep you updated. That will actually be on the 19th of July that we're going to be going live, okay? But I will let you know more information or if anything changes, okay? But today, I am going to break things down and I'm going to walk you through some interesting information. So just before Cancer season comes to a close this year, so on the 22nd of July, there will be a grand cardinal cross between Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, the Sun in Cancer, and the nodes in Aries and Libra. All of these planets / points will be at 29 degrees. Keep in mind, 29 degrees is an anaretic degree, okay? It's hard to say. An anaretic degree because you have to say an for A, an apple, and anaretic. But yes, this degree points toward change, endings, feeling apprehensive about the next step. You're coming to the end of a particular sign, right? And with all the cardinal signs activated, there is this push, okay? This push to initiate, to set things in motion, to do and accomplish. The cardinal signs are go-getters. They are leaders, they're starters. They start each of the seasons. And so we may feel a notable push to control our destiny, our fate around this time. It may even feel like this Tower moment, okay, comprised of major breakthroughs and lessons. Indeed, we will feel a call to hit the ground running. We might feel inspired to accomplish our goals and to make things happen, especially with the North Node just entering Aries on the 17th of July. But like most Grand Crosses, this will also be a pretty testing time. So do you remember the fixed Grand Cross back in May / June time? Yeah, maybe you don't want to talk about it or maybe you have learned so much, but still, for many of us, that was a very intense time, especially thinking about the fixed signs being activated, the strength, the determination. And so there was this firmness, right? There was a firmness back then, this holding our own energy and staying true to our values. And you could say that this Cardinal Grand Cross will feel similar, but with the cardinal signs being activated this time around, I think there is also this feeling of newness, a fresh start, a starting over, if you will. Even think back to the solar eclipse we all experienced in the sign of Aries at 29 degrees on the 20th of April of this year, okay? So yeah, that was at the end of Aries season. Really consider this eclipse because the North Node will enter Aries from this very point. Again, looking at 29 degrees, maybe for those of you who have planets or points or placements around this degree in your chart and thinking about the cardinal signs here, maybe it's good to take note in terms of how things will play out for you personally, okay? But still, what this suggests here is that whatever significant intentions you set back then, so around the 20th of April, whatever notable seeds you planted, well, the North Node in Aries is coming along and wants us to really succeed now. There is this push, okay? And I'm pretty sure Purnell worded that. So basically he worded what I'm trying to get at here. At least I think this is what he was trying to get at. But the way he worded it was a full throttle leadership push, which I love. So brilliantly put. And I can't wait to speak more about this new chapter with Purnell very soon. So yes, the North Node entering Aries is going to feel like this moment of, let's do this, you know, get out of my way. I'm moving, I'm sprinting toward my destiny. However, this Cardinal Grand Cross brings up questions like, how does this new path feel? What fears are holding me back? Is there anything that I haven't considered yet? Have I planned things out and considered different angles, different options? Perhaps there are a few things that you have missed, or it's that there are a few more preparations that could come in handy. And when we really think about this, Venus stations retrograde right after the full strength of this Cardinal Grand Cross. Venus retrograde will trine the North Node in Aries as well, and it will sextile the South Node in Libra, and it will even create this in conjunction to Pluto retrograde in Capricorn and then make a semi-sextile to the Sun in Cancer. Okay, so what does this suggest? This suggests that we will be retracing our steps when it comes to, yes, our self-worth, our values, our finances, our relationships, etc. But we'll also be considering our action plan, reflecting heavily upon our options, our actions, our decisions, our desires, really considering how we direct our energy. This is very much a time period of self-assessment, okay? Especially, with the Venus retrograde, it's a time period of self-assessment. In fact, Mercury retrograde will occur in Virgo at the beginning of Virgo season, and there will be a period at the end of August / beginning of September when Venus and Mercury are retrograde. So this right here, this time period that I mentioned, will truly be a time of deep self-analysis, reviewing the cracks, the missing pieces, any flaws, any imperfections or habits which no longer serve us. But with Venus retrograde in Leo this summer, winter for those of you down south, yes, this Venus retrograde this summer is largely about self. Reassessing our individuality, our ego, our desires, our forms of enjoyment, our creativity. What is our heart expressing? What is it that we actually desire in terms of love and romance and relationships? And at the same time, thinking about our values and our finances, our resources, these things being highlighted strongly. Rekindling an old love or interest, seeking to feel the spark again. And I think we need this glow. We need this glow this summer, okay? And Jasmina over on her Instagram, I actually went live with Jasmina to talk all about this Venus retrograde in Leo. I will link Jasmina's page in the description box. But Jasmina put it so perfectly in terms of really needing this, this glow, this type of vibrancy this summer, especially after the last few months with everything And so this summer will come, yes, with its own challenges, but the glow up, right? The glow up is on its way. Provided we do not fall for anything delusional, deceptive, and untrue, okay? Be cautious of the smokes and mirrors. Even think about how Neptune is going to be a part of this Venus retrograde, okay? Naturally, the Sun will enter Leo on the 22nd of July, and a Grand Cross will still occur for a few days. And with the Sun being in Leo, it'll be a time to shine a light on our hearts, our courage, our love, passions, pleasures, creativity, our individuality. In fact, Mercury in Leo will conjunct Venus retrograde around that same time period. So, suggesting what? Conversations about love. What are we? Do you love me? Are we having children? What is your heart communicating? And the thing about this, of course, is this Venus retrograde will point toward validation and closeness and affection, really reflecting upon what it is that we need, truly what it is that we need when it comes to these things. And that's not just with respect to our lovers and our partners, but even thinking about your family, your friends, and so on. And at the same time, thinking about when we take things too far or when we depend too much on other people for validation, okay? This is a big retrograde of really regaining or rebuilding or reassessing your inner strength in terms of how much you accept yourself, and even thinking about when you may rely too much on other people to be that source of validation. And with the nodes in Aries and Libra, we want to feel something. We want to feel the burning passion, the heat. We want to hear the words of acceptance and, of course, validation, right? But also be prepared for the truth. And the truth is often not what we like to hear. But the thing is perhaps it's what we need to hear. For many of us, this could be another shot at love, another chance, or this could be another chance with regard to our goals. Then there are those of us who may break up or rediscover ourselves. We might revisit an old hobby, something we used to do for fun. Then others of us, we might seek independence and freedom. But essentially here, there is a hot and fiery element to this summer. Even consider how the Sun literally rules Leo. Oh, and also coming into Libra season, so after Venus and Mercury turn direct, Venus will trine the North Node, whilst also making a loose conjunction to Juno. And Venus and Juno will sextile Mars in Libra, meaning coming into the autumn months or the spring months for those of you down south, matters to do with relationships and love will be so much clearer. I think that by this time period, many of us will see, okay, are we on the same page here? And also, where are we not on the same page? Where do we disagree? Essentially, this Cardinal Grand Cross might feel like a very confronting time. It's like, look at this right now. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And after you see it, exploring how you can bring it to life whilst also assessing the many options and perspectives available to you. And do not dare deny how you feel about this change. Your intuition will really get your attention in quite a forceful and powerful way. Keep in mind that Sun and Cancer energy, okay? And at the same time, be cautious of power struggles. Be cautious of domineering others, trying to dominate other people with your emotions. Yeah, try not to become tangled up in other people's emotional webs, so to speak. They will only lead to more tension, more confusion Focus on your personal power and strength. Now, I have shared horoscopes for the North Node and South Node in Aries and Libra. And then there's also the Venus retrograde in Leo horoscopes available. So I'll even link those videos down below so you can check them out. But let's go over a few horoscopes for this grand cardinal cross. With that being said, do make sure to consider your personal natal chart and placements. Such things should also be taken into consideration. Aries, you're currently revisiting the structures of your professional and public life. But this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your family and home life. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your aims and your ambitions, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact within your relationships. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your life path, but your focus will be challenged during this time. Taurus, you're currently revisiting the structures of your advanced training and teachings, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your communication and your siblings, your neighbors as well. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your spiritual goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact at work. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your goals behind the scenes, but of course your focus will be challenged during this time. Gemini, you're currently revisiting the structures of your joint finances and your intimate relationships there, but this Grand Cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your personal values, gains, and your earning potential. And at the same time, you'll feel this push to go after your community goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact within your romantic relationships. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your networking goals, but your focus will be challenged during this time. Cancer. So you're currently revisiting the structures of your partnerships and your collaborations, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your life path and your ambitions. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after what you want when it comes to your career goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact within your family, within your home. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your life mission goals, but your focus will be challenged during this time. Leo, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your daily habits and your health, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your alone time. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your teaching/broadcasting goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact within your general interactions. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your higher knowledge goals, but your focus will be challenged during this time. Virgo, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your creative projects and your romantic relationships, but the cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your communities, your friendships, your teams, and at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your joint financial goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your personal spending and money. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your commitment goals, but of course your focus will be challenged during this time. Libra, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your family life and your home. But this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your professional life, your public life, and at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your partnership/collaboration goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your outlook and your direction. You will want to succeed when it comes to your cooperative/business goals, but of course, your focus will be challenged during this time. Scorpio, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your mindset, your communication style, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your teachings, your publications, your beliefs, long distance travel, and at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your work/health related goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your alone time and your spirituality. You will want to succeed when it comes to your everyday goals, but naturally your focus will be challenged. Sagittarius, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your personal finances and your resources and your values. But this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your joint accounts, your intimate relationships, any debt you have. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your enjoyment goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your communities and your teams. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your creative project goals, but your focus will be challenged around this time. Capricorn, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your overall identity and your life path, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your collaborations, business deals, your partnerships. And at the same time, you'll feel a push to go after your home/property related goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your professional life, your life mission. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your living situation goals, but of course, your focus will be challenged. Aquarius, so you're currently revisiting the structures of your subconscious and your hidden self. But this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your health, your diet, your work, your routines, and at the same time you'll feel a push to go after your communication and your education goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your higher message and your beliefs. You'll want to succeed when it comes to your intellectual goals, but of course your focus will be challenged during this time period. And lastly, Pisces. So you are currently revisiting the structures of your networks, your gains, your alliances, but this cross will trigger you emotionally with respect to your individuality and your self-expression. And at the same time, you will feel a push to go after your financial and your earning potential goals, whilst also considering diplomacy and tact when it comes to your intimate relationships, also thinking about debt, joint finances, resources. And of course, you will want to succeed when it comes to your skill-related goals here, but your focus will be challenged during this time. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking all about this Cardinal Grand Cross. Yes, it will happen more toward the end of Cancer season, but I just wanted to share this video before that to get you prepared, to get you ready, and hopefully you find it to be helpful. And if you did find it to be helpful, please let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions overall. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!